Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video we are talking about tattoos. So as you probably read from the title, I'm doing a tattoo Q&A. I have talked about tattoo related things on my channel before. I will be tagging a playlist to all tattoo related videos. So make sure that you check that out if you want to see more of this type of content. This is another thing outside of horror that I'm very passionate about. I'm definitely not like a tattoo YouTuber. I do occasionally, like I mentioned, talk about tattoos, but I am nowhere near like have all the answers, all the knowledge, but I can definitely link some awesome tattoo creators down in the description that you should check out. These are some of my favorites. So if you really want to dive into the world of YouTube tattoo, check out these lovely people down below. So let's go ahead and just get into it. If you were not able to submit a question, I posted on Instagram, Twitter, and on the YouTube community tab. So make sure that you're checking all of those. And if you are following me on those but you still missed out, make sure that you have notifications turned on so you don't miss anything. So let's go ahead and just get into answering these questions. I'm also going to be revealing my newest piece. And feel free to leave questions in the comments and I'll respond to those as well. So let's go ahead and just get into it. So the first question is most painful tattoo you ever got, from the horror nerd. That would be the one on my foot. I'll definitely say this most recent one, the one I'm going to be revealing. If you do follow me on Twitter, you know that I had to do this one in parts. It's probably my biggest piece I've gotten so far, and yeah, I was not able to finish it in one session, but my foot definitely tops that. I have a tattoo on the top of my foot. It is an all-time low tattoo. It says 6 feet under, and then there's some stars, and it definitely, and it was my second tattoo that I ever got, and I'm pretty sure this tattoo artist was just like purposely being very heavy-handed. He probably just saw this like 19-year-old girl coming in for her second tattoo and decided to put me through it because like it hurts so fucking badly. And I've heard from a lot of people that said like their foot really hurt, and then a lot of people that said it didn't, but that was definitely my most painful for sure. Next one is from Sassy Cassie. They said most meaningful tattoo. I mean most of mine have some sort of meaning, and I shouldn't say that, some of them don't really, but majority of mine have some sort of meaning to them. I guess probably my first tattoo, it's a family tattoo. Me, my sister, and my parents all have it. We got it while in Hawaii, and it's a shark, and it just says Ohana 08. People always think it says Obama, but it says Ohana. It's a family tattoo, so that's probably it. And then I guess my wrist ones, which are the Academy is lyrics, and they say don't give in, don't give up. This is also turning into a bit of a tattoo tour, which I need to do an updated one of those, so if you guys would like that, let me know. So. This one is from my friend Kenna from work. She said, what is your favorite piece? I obviously am very obsessed with my most recent one. That's generally how that goes, right? But my favorite piece, that's hard. I really love my One Direction one, which is Almighty, because it's obviously like it's a pretty feminist directed tattoo, and I still love it, and I think it's a beautiful piece. I kind of always forget about it because it's on like the back of my arm, but it's definitely one of my like favorite pieces for sure. I obviously love like my Trick or Treat one. Newly obsessed with my Kurt one, but I'll say my favorite piece is probably my One Direction. Yes, it is One Direction Girl Almighty tattoo. Before you judge, listen to that song. And then Dice, they said which is the most to get done. So they asked pain as well. Like I said, my foot. And then she also asked what would be your next tattoo, or what will your next tattoo be? I have quite a few ideas. I'm probably gonna hold off for a little while before I get another piece, even though, like, this one's healed and now I'm jonesing for a new one. You guys know how that is. But, yeah, I guess I would just, I don't know. I have a few ideas. I have a lot of ideas that I've had for a long time. It just kind of depends on my mood, whether or not I decide to get something. So I have an idea for My Chemical Romance one that I really want to get. So maybe that'll be my next one. We'll see. I don't know. Just depend on what I feel like in maybe like a year, because I tend to get them like around my birthday. They're always like birthday gifts to myself, so it tends to be spanned out per year, so we will see. And then the last question was, will you get a Ghostface tattoo? This was from Justin Capra. So they clearly don't know. I do already have a Ghostface tattoo. I have this. You guys have seen it before, but this is it. It says, what's your favorite scary movie? And it's done, like sketched, kind of like carved in my arm. So, yeah, that, God, I'm like, got that farmer stand situation going on there. But yes, I do already have, for anybody who maybe didn't know, I do already have a Ghostface tattoo. So, yep. Okay, I thought that was the last question, but it wasn't. So next question, is, what was my best tattoo experience? This one, I would probably have to say getting like my Ghostface or my Girl Almighty one. I got them done by the same artist who's in Columbia, Missouri. His name is Mikey, but he was just a really great artist to go to, because he, like me, loved horror films, so we would talk about horror films, we'd talk about music, and it made the process go by really quickly. So I really enjoyed getting tattooed by him. Unfortunately, I only have, well, I have 3 because I have the smiley face too, but that took like 2 seconds. And so I only have a couple by him, but I really enjoyed getting tattooed by him because it just, like I said, it made the experience really easy, go by pretty quickly. I was pretty distracted from the pain. I really am kind of like one of those people that really needs like someone to talk to. And I understand that not all artists are that way. Some artists are more like, they're just trying to focus on the art, and that is great, and that's fine. That's, you know, why I now bring headphones and things with me, something to distract me if I go to an artist who's not really talkative, because I definitely need that element when it comes to getting tattooed. I mean, this is kind of like, do I plan on getting, or whatever my next one is, do I plan on getting more? Yes, like I said, I have a lot of ideas in my head. I plan on hoping to, at some point, be pretty well covered. I kind of, if you didn't notice, I kind of discovered a little bit later on in life, a couple of years ago, that I really like the traditional, quote-unquote, American traditional, whatever you want to call it, style. And so that's kind of the look I'm going for. Is going to be, you know, pretty much covered in this kind of style for tattooing. And this is the last one, someone asking if they're coming to Vegas. For those who don't know, I live in Vegas, where they suggest if I have any suggestions. So I go to Collective Tattoo. I go to Claudia, but she is unfortunately moving, sadly. And she's already like booked out, so but all their artists are really great. Definitely suggest checking them out on Instagram. They have a lot of really good artists there, and they get guest artists on occasion as well. So I'll probably still continue to go there to get my tattoos. One suggestion I would just make to anybody that is coming to the Vegas area: don't go to the Strip. It's so expensive getting tattooed on the Strip. Fremont, I think, is a little bit better, but that's still pretty expensive. Shops that are in either the Fremont area or on the Strip are just going to be more pricey because it is like a tourist attraction. So I would just opt out of that. I would definitely suggest checking out tattoo shops that are outside of kind of that touristy area, like the shop I just mentioned. They're more of a local shop. They're really on like my side of town, which is, I'm obviously not going to give away my location, but they're outside of the touristy realm. So I would just always check that out. If you are coming, you know, check out artists on Instagram. You can always just like Google Las Vegas tattoo, Las Vegas artists, things like that, to find a tattoo artist. And so I would try to book ahead, especially if you know what you want to get. Now, obviously, like if you're just like, I want to get a Vegas fun tattoo, like my parents get tattoos for places that they've lived and loved, or have been to, and so if you're wanting to do something like that, where you're just like, I'm gonna be in Vegas, I just want to get this cool Vegas tattoo, and you don't mind spending the money, obviously you can get it wherever you want. I just always suggest, you know, staying away from some of those more expensive locations, because you're really just spending the money because you're a tourist. So just keep that in mind if you're ever coming to Vegas to get tattooed. I feel like it's probably kind of like the same thing in LA. Like if you're getting tattooed in Hollywood, it's probably way more expensive. But anyway, yeah, so that is all of the questions. But you guys can kind of see the reveal. If you don't know, I got a Spider-Man tattoo. So this is it. This is the finished job. I'll post up. I only really took some photos like right after we did the first session. In the past, I've tried to do like stage photos. I didn't this time. My head wasn't really there, but yeah, this is it. So it's just like that, and then little rose, some colored in. The tattoo artist that did it, I had just mentioned, is Claudia from Collective Tattoo. I'll link her Instagram so you can still check her out. If you're in the New York area, she's moving to Brooklyn, so hit her up. But if you're in that area of New York, I know New York is a very big state. My boyfriend is from New York. Should have worded that better. But if you're in the Brooklyn area, she's going to be there, so definitely check her out. She kind of tends to free will it. Like, I kind of gave her an idea of what I wanted, a very like choppy photoshopped idea of what I wanted, and she went with it, and yeah, so that's it. She's done. She did my trick or treat. She did my bat that I have, and my crab as well. I think that's it, yeah. So she's done, at this point, she's like the artist that I've really gone to the most, because she's done like 4 pieces for me. So, yep, that's it. The big old Spider-Man tattoo. If you're new here, if you're a newer subscriber and you're not aware, aside of being obsessed with horror, I am also obsessed with the MCU. Spider-Man has always been my absolute favorite ever since I was younger, because I'm a 90s kid. I obviously grew up watching with, you know, I watched Tobey Maguire in theaters, and then Andrew, and, you know, all of them. I grew up seeing all of those in theaters, and Spider-Man's always been my favorite, so I've always wanted a Spider-Man tattoo, so I'm really happy with it. I love it. I think it turned out great. So, yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, if you want to ask more questions, feel free to leave questions in the comments, and I'll just go ahead and respond to them on there. Make sure that you do hit that subscribe button for more tattoo, horror-related, Marvel-related content. And before I go, a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for contributing to the channel. If you want to know the perks to being a Patreon, links are in the description below, along with all of my social media. And I will see you guys again later with another video. Bye!